Welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're analyzing India's current situation. And honestly, it's a fascinating contrast. We're looking at the stark difference between our literal grounding, thanks to some severe monsoons, and the soaring, sky-high financial booms we're experiencing on the global market right now.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We're going to cover four main topics today. First, the ground reality of the monsoons. Second, the IMF's incredibly positive economic outlook. Third, Mission 2036 and our Olympic aspirations. And finally, the record-breaking investment trends we're seeing in gold ETFs.
So, starting with Section 1, the monsoon and the current ground reality.
Now, what's really important to understand here is that before we can even talk about all that economic sunshine, we absolutely have to look at the visceral reality facing the nation right now. As reported by the Times of India, severe monsoons are just battering specific regions. We're talking about Delhi NCR, Maharashtra, Kerala, and Uttarakhand. In these areas, major waterlogging is literally a daily hurdle, and critical rescue operations are actively underway as we speak. It's a very grounded, physical challenge that millions of people are navigating at this exact moment. Moving on to Section 2, the economy, economic defiance, and the IMF's positive outlook. All right, so we're executing a hard pivot here from the literal storms on the ground to some serious macroeconomic sunshine. And the current situation brilliantly illustrates this contrast. On one hand, we're facing escalating global tensions and oil price uncertainty, the exact kind of factors that usually drag down developing economies. But on the other hand, according to the Economic Times, the IMF has maintained a remarkably strong economic growth outlook for India. The country is showing profound resilience against some really intense global economic pressures. Now, you might be wondering, why does this actually matter for you and me? Well, because a strong IMF outlook isn't just a fancy number on a spreadsheet, it fundamentally drives foreign investment and really boosts our national momentum. When global institutions signal this level of confidence, capital just flows in. This strengthens the country's broader financial health, it stabilizes markets, and it ensures that everyday citizens actually feel the positive ripple effects of a robust economy, even when the weather is quite literally doing its best to slow things down. Let's move to Section 3 and see how this builds into Mission 2036, projecting global strength through our Olympic aspirations. Because India isn't just generating economic strength, it's actively projecting it right onto the global stage. Consider the sequential roadmap reported by Reuters. The country is transforming this massive aspiration into a highly structured, very tangible plan. Step 1. Host multiple international sports events over the next couple of years. This builds the infrastructure and proves our logistical capabilities. Then, Step 2, mount a formidable, undeniable bid to host the 2036 Olympics. They are strategically laying the groundwork here to ensure the world sees India as a global cultural and athletic powerhouse that completely matches its economic weight. Finally, Section 4, looking at safe havens and the record investment trend in gold ETFs. We've talked about national ambitions and weather chaos, but how are individual Indian investors hedging their bets and securing their money amidst all these massive global shifts? Well, just take a second to process this staggering number. $388 million. In June alone, individual Indian investors enthusiastically poured this exact amount into gold exchange-traded funds. And here's the kicker. According to Money Control data, Indian investors poured all this money in while entirely defying a downward global trend. Honestly, we all know Indians have a deep historical love for gold, but apparently even opposing global financial trends cannot stop a record-breaking shopping spree. It really shows a savvy domestic investor base that knows exactly how to protect its wealth, anchoring themselves in tradition while perfectly utilizing modern financial instruments. So the crucial point is this. We are observing a nation of immense duality. From the grounded reality of severe floods and monsoon disruptions to the soaring heights of Olympic bids, IMF praise, and record-breaking investments. It leaves us with this final, provocative question to ponder. Will our booming economy and sky-high global ambitions outpace and ultimately solve our ground-level challenges? Thanks for tuning in to today's Explainer. Keep questioning the data, and we'll see you next time.